like Jamie says. Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to the Friday Night Georgia Connection. I'm sorry, see, I messed that up. Georgia Shooting Connection live stream. I don't do this often. And thanks for being here. And we're excited to have everyone here. And we've got a few special guests. And thanks for being here. And we're excited to have everyone here. We're gonna work that out soon.
Yeah, who's echoing here?
Oh, somebody got an echo.
Let me double check, make sure it ain't me. I ain't even. Yeah, it ain't me.
Is it gone?
Yep, I think we're good now. I think we're good.
It was you, Mark. It was you.
How's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's
gone.
I think we're good now.
You guys, can you hear me?
Yes. How you doing tonight, sir?
All right, Chico.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. Hold on. I'll let you introduce yourself. Go upstairs first. Hold up. Yep, later. Yeah, so guys, tonight, as y'all can tell, it's my first time hosting the Georgia Shooting Connection live stream. And I don't do it as well as Jamie, but thanks all the people in the side chat for being here. We've got a few special guests. We got brother MCK. We've got Mr. Revolverguy, and we do have our unicorn here with us. And she had to step away for a second, but we're gonna start this thing off like we always do. I always go first, so that's usual fashion. So it's been a good week. Glad it's Friday. I don't know about y'all. I look forward to Fridays, not just for Georgia Shooting Connection, but to get some rest and get some casting and some loading in, and just being on here with you guys and girls and enjoying our fellowship and our hobby, so to speak. So what about you, Kyle? What you been up to, brother?
Trying to figure out how to unmute a microphone right now. The dog's barking. Man, what a week! It's been very chaotic. All the news that's been going around and work and people that can't drive on I-75. Almost died Monday. I had a 15-car accident right in front of me, and all I could do was slam on the brakes, close my eyes, and pray. Then when I finally got stopped, I looked up, and there was a Freightliner closing in on me at a high rate of speed, and I went, this ain't how I wanted to go out. If he'd have had another coat of wax on that bumper, he'd have hit me. Oh, my God. But, yeah, it's been a weird week. Weather hadn't been terrible. It's actually been great. I'm just looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to spending Friday night with you kind people, and looking forward to meeting everybody. Who wants to go next?
All right, I'll take it.
I was about to say, time's up.
How's everybody doing tonight? Not too bad here. I'm back home from a nice trip out west and then down south to see some family. So getting settled back to work. And thanks for having me on the chat. It's good to see everybody.
Thanks for doing it, brother. We definitely appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, glad to be here with all you fellas tonight. And our one unicorn, as Chico said earlier. Like Kyle, it's been a little bit of a hectic week here. The weather's actually been pretty warm, but man, I got fence work to do tomorrow. I was looking to doing some sorting and also some cleaning of brass, but we had wind so high last night it blew over a couple of pieces of my fence. So I've got some repair work to do tomorrow. Hopefully that won't take me too long. And then I'll get to sorting, and then hopefully we'll get to shooting some of these bad boys. That's that wad cutter that I've been working on, guys. I don't know if it's going to zoom in or focus tonight on this camera, but that's that wad cutter that I've loaded in 357 Magnum. I've seen full wad cutter in 38 Special, and I put some on 357 Magnum. Looking forward to getting out and hopefully get some footage for everybody to share and see how it turns out across chronograph.
That's awesome. You know what? I got a question because I vaguely remember it. I heard you say you got to do some sorting this weekend, but I think you have a device that helps you out with that, don't you?
Well, Chico, I ain't gonna do much sorting. You ain't supposed to be giving away my secrets, man.
How's that sort of working out though? You still
It
enjoying?
is running like a champ. I actually ran into a shop that is not too far from my job that has one. And man, they say they've had theirs for about 6 years now, and they run it about 10 hours a day because they sell brass, right? They collect it from a private range, and then they have it in their shop and they sell that brass. They say they run theirs about 10 hours a day. So I'm actually looking forward to a long life. That was the only thing I was worried about. It's put together real well. It's made out of fully aluminum. It seems very sturdy, but I just didn't know exactly what kind of life I would get out of it. So I took a little bit of a risk, but I finally found a shop that has one, and they say they run theirs 10 hours a day, and they've had theirs for about 6 years. So I said, man, if I can get that kind of use out of it, I'll be really, really good. And for what my wife does, that's where the brass comes from. As a matter of fact, you guys need any, just let me know. I've got plenty of 223 and plenty of 45 ACP. And for those that still have a little bit of 40, I got some of that, but usually we can pick that up at the range in 5-gallon buckets, if you will.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I wasn't interested in getting one, but when I first seen your video, I was like, that is so cool. That is like, I can just imagine pouring a bucket and just walking away, just turning it on and walk away.
That's it, man. That's exactly it too. You put whatever, there are plates that go in it that sort it. Like if you have the 38-357 plate in there, it'll sort the 38-357 into one bucket. It'll sort 9mm in one bucket. And then it does a pretty decent job of separating 9mm away from 380 as well. And so you have those 3 buckets that it all come into. You still got to do a little bit of hand sort for the 38 away from 357. But other than that, it's just so easy, especially when you're talking about 5-gallon buckets.
Very cool, very cool, very awesome. How you doing, Sharonda? Pinkshears?
Man, I'm trying to get my reloading life together.
Aren't we?
It's a rabbit hole. It is a rabbit hole.
It's been a day here because of the weather. We have freezing rain, so my internet was down for a second, and now I can't find my mouse. So
I know one thing. She always pimping that deal in there in the back. She is proud of that thing.
It's the only one I have. I mean, if I had other brands, I'd be, putting them on for show too.
Sharonda, just tell him pimping ain't easy.
It ain't easy. Now, if Dylan wants to give me some more stuff, I'll gladly pimp him out, but I'm an equal reloading opportunist.
I'm pressed poor around here. There's 3 mounted to the bench right now, and there's 4 more over there in the floor.
Yeah, I only have the one.
Well, that's really all you really need. It's just I was shooting so much.
No, I told you guys to stop saying that.
Okay, you need more.
Thank you.
Many more. Many
Thank you.
more. You need red ones, green ones, blue ones, orange ones.
Exactly.
You need a rainbow of fruit flavor on your reloading.
I need a Skittles of reloaders.
You definitely, most people do it. And guys, I'm a little old fashioned when it comes to rifle, but most people, it doesn't matter to them. But I still find that you have less run out on a single stage press. So you definitely, the next one should be a green one for your deer hunting. Man, I saw that. I went in and showed it to the wife, and man, her eyes were big as $50. She couldn't believe you was that. She doesn't mind going hunting or anything, but I got to tell you, Sharonda, she ain't gonna get as close as you got.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, I was kind of proud of that round, but I agree. I do want a single stage. That is my next purchase after I adult. Oh, if I didn't have to eat and if I didn't like food, I'd have a whole bunch of reloading equipment.
Well, you bring up adulting. The best thing about becoming an adult is now you can tell your parents' stories and you don't have to leave out the parts where what you were doing was illegal. You can just tell them.
Well, I was kind of a boring child from my mom, so I don't really have any illegal stories. I was the good kid, unlike some of you riffraff.
I was a good kid. All I had to do was tell my parents exactly where I was at and what I was doing, and don't do anything stupid. Call me and I'll come pick you up.
Oh, please. I was the kid where on my senior year, when you go to prom, my mom took my house key and said, "See you Monday."
Oh,
She
wow.
literally kicked me out the house because I never did anything.
Wow.
You know what? I believe that about Sharinda, but I'm looking at Kyle's face and I'm going, he told his mom and dad where he was, but what he was doing, I'm not sure was always on the level.
Right.
No, I was totally honest. They knew exactly what I was doing. I got, oh, Jesus Christ, a lot from my dad. What are y'all doing? We're out here at Lucas Road four-wheeling and drinking beer. You're 16. Yeah, we're going to spend the night. I mean, I was honest with them, and they appreciated that. So,
yep, only way to be, brother. Only way to be.
If you're honest, you ain't got to remember nothing.
That's right.
Yep.
Ain't that the truth?
That is the truth.
Tell one fib, you got to tell another fib to cover it up.
Yep. Just look at Washington.
Yep.
So guys, in my earlier today, I figured a lot of people was unaware that this chat would be on my channel. Jamie's okay, no one panic, but he had prior obligations, so we're hosting it on my channel. But I made a video, and in that video I said, if anyone had any topics, make a comment. And there were a few comments on topics, and I think it would help. So I'm gonna put the first one up. I believe this is from our brother OCD Outdoors.
Yeah.
And his topic was first focal plane versus second focal plane, and he's talking about scopes. Now, I don't have extensive knowledge, but I know our members of panel members and the side chat can definitely help. Everything I shoot is second focal plane. So anybody else have anything that they'd like to add to that? I just don't have much information on that, and that's typical because I'm a rookie. So
when you're talking scopes, you do have the option of first focal plane and second focal plane. It really, the only time it ever comes into play is when you have variable magnification. First focal plane, if you're using a reticle with bullet drop compensators or anything like that, it'll always be accurate. If it's a second focal plane, which are all the time cheaper, the bullet drop compensator is only accurate when you're at maximum magnification. First focal plane scopes are expensive, but they're worth it. If you're taking a shot on a prize elk or something like that, and you're only on 4 power and you got a 26 power, you want to make sure that where you're putting the bullets, where you're putting the bullet. You don't want to make that mistake. Yeah, I'm getting rid of every single second focal plane scope. Your reticle is only accurate at maximum magnification on a second focal plane scope, which means when you're sighting it in at 50 yards, it ain't going to be the same when you're zoomed in.
Nope.
Which I mean, it works for most things, but it's no more accurate than iron sights.
And Kyle, by the way, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the same thing with windage from left to right as well.
Yes, up and down, left and right, everything is exactly the same. It's only accurate at the highest magnification.
Yep.
And this is on first focal?
On the first focal.
Okay.
No. First focal is totally accurate at any setting.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference, in my view, Kyle, and please keep me honest, I think the biggest difference is on the first focal plane, as Kyle stated, everything is absolutely accurate, no matter if you're on, let's say you have a 4 to 16 scope, no matter if you're on 4 or if you're on 16, that distance to the target is going to be the same every time if you're using it for distance. So it's going to land the same every time. On a second focal plane, you got to turn it all the way to 16 to get that distance right. And then also on the first focal plane, I will tell you, I have both first focal plane and second focal plane, but the first focal plane, sometimes with my eyesight, if the reticle is not just quite right, the first focal plane scopes, the reticle changes size also as you zoom in and out. That's something to keep in mind.
It's almost like it's an extra piece of glass inside of the scope that never moves, and all you're doing is changing your view through it.
Yep.
Whereas on second focal planes, it moves the piece of glass with the reticle in it in and out. It sounds like a really small difference, but you take a $4,000 Schmidt and Bender and a $200 Vortex and shoot through both of them. You'll see the difference. It's quite different.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So I would assume, let's not assume. I would think that everything has a purpose. So everything's gonna have its pros and its cons. So depending on what you're using it for, is like Eagle Eye said, second focal plane for all the way long range, and first focal plane for PRS and running gun. So
yeah, they make some very good second focal plane scopes, and they're a lot less money. And if you're shooting longer range, it makes a lot of sense because they're still accurate. They're just not accurate at 4. They're accurate at 16. You can gauge your distance. You can use mils or minutes of angle or whatever to range your target and windage and all that stuff, and it's totally accurate. But it has to be all the way up, which is weird because you start like Josh at Dead Zero had that, what was it, 8x26 or whatever. The one I said he was cheating with on the long range course. I'm like, you're cheating. I mean, I'm over there with a fixed 10 power scope, but it's a very good fixed 10 power scope. And I was like, this is cheating. And he's like, yeah, it's only cheating when it's all the way up. So,
you know what? I got a few people that jumped in. You know what, Mr. Revolverguy, I got a question out there. They want to know who is the guest. This is from Texas Outlaw Michael Sines. And some people may be confused because Mr. Revolverguy also goes by another name.
I have used Revolverguy since I've been online, but there's another gentleman out there that came online a couple of years after I did as Revolverguy as well. He has a blog, doesn't do videos or anything of that nature. Who I am, I would like to think a simple down south guy. So Chico, you're in Atlanta. I actually live up north now, but I'm actually from Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
So just a simple down south guy that spent most of my young life serving this great country in the United States Marine Corps, and I wear it loud and proud and not embarrassed by it in any way, form, or fashion. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Sometimes my kids hate me for it, but just a simple down south guy, man.
Cool. And I was speaking because of your a lot of stuff you put out now. It's uploaded from Day at the Range from the channel.
That's right. Yeah. So that blog, I actually the Reloaders Network is actually got me into all this video stuff. I swore I was never going to put my ugly mug on a video or out in front of a camera or anything of that nature. And you know, I was talking to my sister about it, and she's like, man, you know, that camera adds about 10 pounds. That's what I know. I don't need no more weight. No, not me. Don't need any of that. But it's you guys that actually got me motivated to say, you know what, this is great camaraderie. It is, and for those that don't understand camaraderie, it's why I, you know, kind of publish or support the channel and the Reloaders Network. But my blog has actually been out there since about, I've had a website now with firearms since about 2002. Believe it or not, Mr. Guns and Gear, he has written a couple of articles on my website, and you know, whether we all like him or not, the Yankee Marshal, he's written. This is all before video became popular. He's written for my website. He actually goes by now that's somebody who has alter ego. He goes by Playboy Penguin on my website and writing. But there's been quite a few guys that have authored over there on that particular website. But it's dayattherange.com, which is my home website where I publish to. But pretty much what I'm trying to do now is give detailed written articles on dayattherange.com, all the intricacies. I really love the tech and the ins and outs of revolvers, semi-autos, rifles, whatever the case may be. But I try to give the short, not so detailed in the video. And if you want more details about it, if somebody wants to know, you know, trigger pull, trigger weight, or I've got some articles over there with pictures in it about how to do a trigger job on a Smith & Wesson revolver. Anybody wants to get to those details, they can kind of go there and see those details.
Awesome, brother. And I did post that link. I've been over there on the website before a few times, and I think I've tried to comment, but to my knowledge, there's no way to register, right?
Yeah, there is a way to register, but I didn't have a lot of registered users, so I turned on the anonymous comment, so you can go.
That's what I noticed. I was like, I can't even come here and know who it's from.
Yeah, no. When you left it, I actually did see, and I do get the emails when folks leave comments. So I actually did see your comment on there, Chico.
That was cool, man. And you know what? Another thing about when I posted, I sort of like did a spoof video today, and was letting everyone know. And I was wondering, anybody in the side chat, if you knew who was going to be on here by the pictures. Because what I did, I went to his channel, did some screenshots of some certain images that didn't give away too much detail. But if you were, you know, subscribe to him and you watch his stuff, you probably like, I know who this is. It was only like 3 pictures.
I saw your video. I knew right away. when you laid out, anybody that's real close to me know that I'm just a fanatic about 10 millimeter. There is something about that cartridge that from a pistol perspective that does it for me. And when you had those revolvers laid out, I said, wait, did that look familiar? Oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah.
That's what you say. Semper Fi, Marine.
Hoorah, you too, brother.
Yes, I want to say thank you for your service. Definitely, I know a lot of the servicemen. They kind of, I don't want to say dislike when people say that, like civilians say thank you for your service, but somehow, you know, me anyway, I don't know how a better way to show appreciation by saying thank you for your service, though.
Exactly. I don't see why people get offended because you did something that we couldn't or wouldn't do.
Right.
I don't understand it too. Why our brothers in arms get offended by it or anything of that nature. To me, it's exactly what you said, Chico. It's a sign of gratitude, and it's a show of, you know, thank you. I mean, it's the easiest thing to say, and you know, for me, I absolutely appreciate it and welcome it. But I will tell you guys, man, some of the duty that I had in the Marine Corps and some of the blessings I've been delivered after the Marine Corps on behalf of the Marine Corps, I wouldn't do it any other way, man. I was, you know, I don't talk about it much, but you know, there's something called the Yankee White program that you have to go to Marine Barracks 8th and I to do, and being a part of that whole organization, man, is something really special. You get to see Marines that go to Camp David, that go to the White House, that go to the Pentagon, and those Marines that all stood out, or that you see today standing out by HMX-1, which is the presidential helicopter. You know, not every Marine gets to see that, but we all have a role to play. But I was lucky enough to be a part of that, and that has blessed me later on in life.
That's awesome, man. That is definitely awesome. Yeah, looks like we got, you know what, before we get any further, 24 minutes in, I'm doing good, sort of. I want to go through the the side chat, because so many of you are out there. You're 43. Oh, I just dropped somebody. Oh, who left? That's okay.
I was going to say, Chico, do your thing, brother. Do your
right. So when I do my participants list, guys, you know I have to do it two ways. So when I do participant list, it goes in alphabetical order. So Alaska 1 Andy's out there. We got Andy 79 Z28. We got Big Al. We got Chris 338 out there with a wrench. Cranky Cletus, Edward Petty, Fudge 248, Ghost Rider, Hidden Steel, Jerry 1911, Jesse B Outdoors, Lead Bullet Junkie, Lever Guns 50. We got Red Raider Reloading, Single Shot, Six Shooter Texan, Tread, The Crazy Scotsman, Uncle Jim, Vanessa Kitty, West Covina Dodge. It is more of you out there, but like I said, sometimes I have to do it a few different ways to call everyone out. I want to say I definitely appreciate everyone joining us, because it has been, I don't want to say a substantial change, but it has been a change. You guys know Jamie normally hosts, but he had prior obligations, and
he should be here in a little bit.
Possibly, yeah. But he did his due diligence. He said, "Hey, man, I got Mr. Revolverguy for you." I said, "I appreciate it." So let's see who else we got out there. I say Single Shot. We got Jerry, Cranky Cletus. You know what? And I can answer this question to the most I can. Dead Zero, we have not yet got the date. We are waiting on them, the owner over there, Justin, to get back with us. But as soon as we get it, you guys will probably see at least 3 videos, probably from the Scotsman, probably from Insight Freedom, probably from me, probably from Jamie. As soon as we get those dates, we will let you guys know. So I know Tread and Cranky asked that.
Bring it on.
We're definitely trying to get it. We got West Covina Dodges out there. Let's see. Did I see Reloader 762? No, maybe not. Big Al's out there. Edward Petty. And sometimes, guys, when I refresh my screen, it only goes to the last 5 minutes. So I know it's 48 of you guys out there right now, guys. And I know Vanessa Kitty's out there too. I can't leave out our women.
Vanessa asked, "Does Mr. Revolver have a channel?"
That is true. He does. It's Day at the Range. Day at the Range. And
Yep.
I can post the link in the side chat.
It's just Day at the Range on YouTube, and then dayattherange.com for the video for the website.
Georgia boy showed up. How you doing?
Georgia. Yeah, thanks, Kyle. So, and let me tell some people, if no one know about the wrenches in the side chat. Normally, when a person hosts, and this is just my opinion about it, when a person hosts, when he has panel members, normally, and I messed up, I got to give my panel members wrenches. The panel members, whoever has a wrench, I'm sorry, can post links in the external side chat, and they can boot people if need be. And the wrenches is like a it's sort of like your army, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So everyone needs help. Anytime you host or anytime I host, it seems to be a lot. I've got 3 different screens, tabs open that I'm controlling everything with. So it is right. And luckily I don't ever have any, but if so, we can boot them. That's why we got those blue wrenches out there. Like, you know, those are not Dylan people, trust me. But
I'm glad you gave Vanessa one, because she's a dang troll killer.
yeah, and normally whenever they give somebody wrenches, anytime that person, like anytime I do a live stream, if those people pop in, they always have the wrench. So but you know what, I think I know I got another question that was or another topic that someone asked, and I'm sure there's some competition shooters out there. What about you, Mr. Revolverguy? You ever do any competition shooting?
Yeah, you know, I've done a little bit of it, especially with the 22 NRL. We have a club here that has out to 200 yards, and we set that up usually like once a month. So I go out and do a little bit of that. But I will tell you, man, is, you know, again, I wouldn't trade what I've done for the Marine Corps for the world, but running in boots and utes and running 3 miles 3 to 4 times a week and doing the Marine Corps marathon and that kind of thing did some damage to my knees, let's say. But I still get out and try to go out participate. But I like mainly shooting from the prone. But yeah, it's good fun. Again, for me, it's camaraderie. I mean, once you find good people like you guys and women, once you find good people like that, and if you've been a part of an organization like, our great Marine Corps, man, it's hard to find that camaraderie. And I will tell you guys right here with the Reloaders Network, since I've left the Marine Corps, this is the only place I have found anything equal to the camaraderie of there. And that's a big statement. And I appreciate you guys having me too as well.
Oh yeah, anytime. You always get a link if you want one and you have time. We we try to switch people out. We never want to, because everyone in our community has a different stance or a different position compared to what stuff they do or stuff that they're good at. I'll be the first to show all my failures along with my successes, and I think maybe something that I fail at, it may make someone else not make the same mistake. So I know a lot of my first video that probably got a lot of attention was my chronograph, and people was like, "Oh, you killed your chronograph." I was like, "I'm just putting it out there. I'm being honest. Like, it happens. I didn't want it to happen the first time out, but
I didn't put mine out. Jamie put it out for me.
Right. So
people like me that are new, I appreciate hearing people's failures, because not everybody is super awesome, perfect, amazing. So that, just me being a newbie, that makes me feel better knowing that people that are seasoned make mistakes too, or have issues that happen, or accidents.
So I'd have felt a little better if my chrono was a little more seasoned instead of his first time out,
Oh, note to self.
Yeah.
Get some more practice in before I get a chrono.
People in that boat. People in that boat. I've had my chrono for a long time, and for the first time, I think it's in the video, as a matter of fact. And luckily, I didn't quite do the damage you did, but I shot the metal rods that hold up the screen.
Yeah,
and that thing went spinning around like you would not believe, and it's like, man, well, I got off lucky this time. It will make you take extra caution. Look who just showed up.
Look at that pretty face.
Hey, Jamie.
Ooh, you all warmed up. Look at you.
I believe right before he joined it may have said his mic was having issues. Can you say something, Jamie?
I can say something.
Okay, there you go. I just want to make sure your mic was working.
How you doing, buddy?
I see Mr. Revolver Dude, Miss Surrender, Mark, MCK. Nice to see you, buddy. Did you make it home safe?
I did.
You can do away with all
that. He said you can do away with it. Are you on a slight intermission, Jamie?
We're done for the evening.
Okay. I know everybody was asking about that. They was like, who is this guy that's running the show? Where's that other guy with the beard?
I'm like Surrender though. I don't know if I've ever seen Jamie like that before, man. I don't know where he is, but he looks a little dressed up. Please tell me you don't have on any makeup, Jamie.
No makeup, man. This is just my riding vest. That's all.
Just you, huh, brother?
Yeah, I ride motorcycles when I'm not making bullets with you guys.
Oh yeah.
What you riding?
That's a good thing to be doing.
Uh, 2012 Heritage Softail.
I'll have to Google that. I know nothing about motorcycles if it's not the word Harley Davidson.
Sorry, go ahead, Jamie.
I just want to say how happy I am to we got Mr. Revolverguy on with us. Glad Mark made it back safe from his trip, and Surrender got her internet issues all ironed out.
Yep.
You know, me and Kyle and Chico, we're always here, but to have such three special guests.
Definitely awesome. So look, guys, in the side chat, the reason why we haven't answered the question because I want to give everyone time to read it. I don't know if that's possible because I'm not a competition shooter. But if anyone knows, is this possible? And I can tell you this question came from a one Pop's Quest. I know Pop shoots 40 caliber in his competition, or he used to. So I'm assuming this new question, maybe he's switching. I don't even know if that's possible. So I don't know.
Can I put my 2 cents worth? And then I really want to hear about Mark's trip out west.
Sure. You got three. How about 3 cents? You got 3 cents.
All right. My 2 cents worth is Pop's Quest. You got to have a chrono, which I know you know this. You got to have your bullet weight. You got to have your powder charge. You got to have your velocity. All that stuff determines your power factor. Now, I can't remember the exact numbers to get from minor to major and 9mm. It's going to be hard if you're using a 115 bullet. 124s, it's doable. 147s, it's pretty easy. If you go to AmericanReloading.com, they have a power factor calculator where you can punch your stuff in there, and it'll tell you if it's major or minor. And but you're still going to have to give your ammo to the judges for them to shoot over their chronos and weigh out and all that stuff. But it's very doable in a 9mm. Depends on which bullet you want to use.
What was that link again?
AmericanReloading.com.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Chico, you can do that a lot quicker than I can.
I will definitely post that link up. If anyone's not familiar, let me tell you, I use AmericanReloading.com. They have some of the best deals on pulled bullets.
Hey, look, he brought me some.
Also on powder, they do a lot of military powder, and they will show they'll show their comparable to, like, they sell a powder that is similar to Tight Group. They sell one that's similar to the H110. And the good thing, you guys know I like a deal. The good thing about them, the price that you see is the price that you pay. Everything is included. That's with the shipping. So,
and I'm telling you, when you're lucky enough to score a powder buy, because that stuff goes quick.
It does go quick.
Me and 5 of my buddies ordered a pallet of gunpowder from them. This was many years ago. I think they call it 844. It's about the same as 4064. And they have it in 8-pound jugs on a pallet, shrink wrapped for the amount that we bought. But they have such a stupid price on it because it's not their powder; it's stuff they're pulling out of. It's military and police ammo lots that
Is
were.
it overrun, Kyle?
Sir,
Kyle, is it overrun? Is it like, much of it?
It's ammunition that was not used during the allotted time.
Yeah.
So they take it, they pull everything apart, they sell the brass, primed brass with no hazmat fee.
Yep.
They break the powder apart and bunch it together, and all the projectiles. I'm telling you, man, just go to AmericanReloading.com and have fun. Sometimes they have this in stock, sometimes they have that in stock. They've always got stuff to look around at. I can spend an hour on that website. But true. Yeah, like Chico said, shipping's included. There's no hazmat on primed cases. They do charge hazmat on the powder because they have to, because the UPS dude won't pick it up. But you can get crazy deals on huge bulk packs of bullets. They may have some scratches on them, but I've never seen a paper target that bitched about getting shot by a scratched up bullet. I bought all kinds of 30 cals, tracers, all kinds of 5.56 projectiles, 9mm, 40 cals. I've bought all kinds of stuff. They got 38, 357. They've got all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it's in stock, sometimes it's not. Sign up for their email list, and they will email you with what they have coming out, and you can pre-order it.
Yeah. So y'all just check out the site, and we got 76 High Boy out there. Hey, brother, thanks for joining us. Cranky Cletus, extremely right ring Mexican in California. Hey, brother, I know he's been here before. Jesse B Outdoors, Fuzz T Fork, 6-shooter Texan. You know what? A lot of people, including myself, even though the videos help. MCK, you want to tell everyone about your recent meetup and how much awesomeness you ran into?
It was an awesome trip, and I drove with my other half, and I'll do it again. Just lucked out that I was going down to New Mexico right around the same time, so met up out there with Jim and some other fellow shooters and reloaders, and they were making the comment how it's like you know them, but then once you meet them, it just kind of all falls in line, like we did at Dead Zero with you guys. It's just something pretty special if you ask me. Goofing off, having a good time at the gun range that day, and then later that night eating together, having a drink together, and just like a bunch of brothers hacking on each other all night. It was just great. I mean, shooting guns I haven't seen before. Wes Covina brought those 2 martinis, and I got to shoot a lever action, and I shot yours, Chico, but that was the first time. And out there, I was able to shoot one again, and it's on my list. So that's just some awesome times with the guys out there. And I don't know. I'm going to do it again as long as Jim lets us.
Yeah, I seen the video, especially with the lever action, the dueling tree and the spinners. And I was just like, man, that's awesome. I couldn't do the snow. It was too much snow for me, though.
Oh, no, you wouldn't have cared, brother. I tell you wouldn't have cared. But I kept running out of ammo. I thought I was done loading that dude, but it took 2 or 3 more. Whatever. There's my bucket of excuses. It was a good time.
I'm gonna make a reveal here on the night on the channel. I got a lever gun. I love them so much, and I love that 10mm round so much. There might be a conversion happening in the background here soon that we all might get a video of. It's something I've never seen before, but I've got a great friend who's a great gunsmith, and he's doing a conversion for me. He's taking a Marlin 357 lever action and converting it to 10mm. So I'll have a 10mm carbine that I can't wait to get back. It's been gone for a little bit, but it's about time for it to come back home now. I'm getting lonely, and you're right about lever action. Boy, it's something about it. It is something about it.
That's awesome, man. 10mm lever gun. Wow, I'm gonna be looking for that.
Well, that gun shop I visited down in Clovis, New Mexico, he had those 6 lever guns, and one of them was 30-06 and stuff. And I just thought, man, that's just something else. Having a big old bullet like that in a lever action, it's a good time.
Very cool. Kingpin, I just posted it right now. You won't find it by looking for Mr. Revolverguy. It's Day at the Range. So I just posted his channel, and yeah, you guys get over there to him. And if you want to, a lot of people don't know, if you want to find out what people's content, you got to get over there. You got to hit the bell, and you may or may not have to comment on a video. If not, sometimes you get unsubscribed mysteriously. We don't know how that works, but if you subscribe to someone, you got to at least get over there and watch a video and comment. That way you know what they're putting out, and they know that you're interacting with them, and vice versa. So
well, you also get unsubscribed mysteriously just by another Monday coming around.
Yeah. That's how it works. That's how it works. And people comment on my videos and they'll see something. They was like, hold up, I know I was subscribed to you, and I was like, YouTube. I mean, that's no way to explain it. But
I've done that with Mark. When we got back from Dead Zero, I was like, wait a minute. I went back. They unsubscribed me for some reason. I have no clue how long it's been, but yeah, sure. Because I had no clue who Mark was, because I'd always just seen his hands.
Was he a hand model? That's what it is.
So we get to Dead Zero, and me and Nathan are standing there next to each other, and everybody walks away. And Nathan goes, "Who the hell's that?" I said, "I don't know. Jamie knows him, so he's got to be okay."
Oh, that was awesome.
That's the truth about the meetup at Dead Zero. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny.
The look on Nathan's face when I walked up to him to say hi, because he's like, "Oh, who's this guy? What's going on?"
Yeah, he looked at me and said, "Who the hell is that?" I don't know.
Oh, good stuff.
I saw the comment on 10 millimeter. What was it? What was it, Chico? 10 millimeter something unless unsuppressed.
Oh yeah, that was Uncle Jim's comment. Let me see. Let me put it back.
10 millimeter, anything is good unless suppressed. Well, hang in there, Jim. We get her back. We might show you a little something.
I love.
Don't make that a might. Make that a do.
Okay, all right. I owe that.
Because I want to see this.
I love the 40 caliber cartridge. It's amazing. There's so many different weights you can use. It's like 9 millimeter, 357, and all that stuff. 45, whatever. There's multiple weights you can use to do what you want to do. You can poke holes through paper, or you can annihilate flesh. You know, there's all kinds of videos of people shooting 40 cals into pork butts and stuff like that. And the carnage is amazing with the right load. It's the middle ground between the 45 and the 9 millimeter. It's amazing what you can do with it. I love it. I've got three 40 cal pistols, and I love each and every one of them.
Everybody's talking about it's going away, but I'm like you, Kyle. I love the 40 Smith & Wesson. It's actually what kind of led me over to 10 millimeter many years ago. It's so much versatility, and that's one of the reasons I love 44 Magnum and also 10 millimeter, because you can go from what I would say mile to wild.
Yeah,
you can go from mile to wild in 10 millimeter and also 44. You can download the 44 special all the way up to 44 Magnum. You can do 10 millimeter where using that same 10 millimeter case, go down to 40 Smith & Wesson velocities, go all the way up really, really close to 41 Magnum and do it safely.
Right.
I have actually done it. I've got plenty of loads on my website. I've got a 10 millimeter. That little fella.
Hey, Carter.
Hey, Carter.
Hey, buddy.
Speak.
Hi, buddy.
Hello. Say hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
All right. You good?
Yeah.
You done with your appearance?
Yes.
Okay.
You taking the iPad?
Hey, we're gonna start treating him like Mig. Hey, Carter. Bye, Carter.
Hey, look. There's an agenda when he comes down here.
Oh, I know.
iPad.
I saw that.
Yeah, I've always looked at the 10 millimeter as the 40 cal Smith & Wesson Magnum.
Yeah. And you know, there is actually a lot of people don't know it. Because there's not many made. You have to have it gunsmith, if you will. But there is a 10 millimeter Magnum, Kyle.
Really?
Yeah, Starline makes brass for it. And I have been contemplating.
Don't they call that a 4570?
What's that?
Don't they call that a 4570?
Yeah, you start to get close, don't you? You start to get close. I tell you, I went hog hunting with a friend who went out with 10 millimeter, and I had one guy on one side, and we were in the blind. Had one guy on one side with a 35 Remington, one guy on the other side with 10 millimeter handgun. And the 10 millimeter his hog ended up being 280 pounds. And I mean, it was about a 45-yard shot, so it's pretty close. But he dropped that hog, and it stayed right there. It didn't go anywhere. And then my buddy on the other side, he shot about a 200-pounder with a 35 Remington, and man, we had to go find that thing.
Wow.
We had to go find that thing, and it was shot in the same place. And I think the only difference, 35 Remington did his job, but I think the only difference was the 10 millimeter. When it came out the backside, man, it was a hole that big. I kid you not. And it seems like with a 35 Remington, it had so much juice, but it was just a small exit hole on the other side.
And you don't think about a 35 Remington having that much juice, but a 10 millimeter is going low and slow.
Yeah.
35 Remington, you know, 2,200, 2,400 feet per second. You know,
it's cooking now. That 35 Remington ain't no slouch, but like anything, you got to have the right bullet. But I was just shocked to see that, and that really made me really more interested in 10 millimeter.
Kenny, I've got a lot of 40 cal brass, and I haven't seen any of the Glock Smiles, and I've got 10 plus reloads on the same brass. I love 40 cal. I've got a 3-gallon bucket full of it and just love it.
Man, Kenny, I'll tell you.
Let's see off my comment. I mean, I love all.
Yep.
Man,
Don't we believe? We love
Kenny's
all.
trying to bait me into a fight. If you go on my site, I did do a couple of videos now on 10 millimeter chamber support and how important it is. There's a whole lot of things that go into it, though. Probably a little bit too long for the channel tonight, but you go over there about 10 millimeter chamber support, and it'll show you. I mean, you know, the Colt Delta Elite, I love it. It's one of my test pistols. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but the chamber support in that thing, I have actually, Kyle, in 10 millimeter brass Starline, and the Starline 10 millimeter brass is a tad bit thicker than everybody else's, and especially Federals. And I have seen the little smiley. About it. It kind of caught me off guard, to be honest with you. You know, made the old pucker factor get a little tight, and it worried me a little bit. But I had to come down on those loads. I was trying to take some 200 grain pills and run them up to about 1,300 feet per second, and that I couldn't get it right.
I've got 2 Smith & Wesson M&P 40s. One's a regular M&P, one's a Shield, and then I've got some knockoff that a buddy of mine needed some money, and I bought it from him. It's a Turkish made.
Yeah.
But either way, it's a great shooting pistol. I got a bunch of brass from somebody that I met a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and I've been using that brass forever. I've never bought a store-bought box of 40 cal ammunition, period, and I've been shooting it for 7 years now.
I tell you, it is rare. I mean, it's very rare. People talk about it. When you take what's out there in production and how long 40 Smith & Wesson's been in production, yeah, something's bound to happen, but it doesn't happen much. But I mean, as much 40 brass as I picked up on the range, I'm like you, Kyle. I've not. The only bulge brass that I have seen is one that I created.
Oops.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it does happen, but I think it's way overblown myself.
Hell, Lee even makes special dies to get rid of the Glock Smile.
Yeah, well, the what they call it? It's a body die. Yeah, there it is, Chico. There it is.
Kingpin, if you want to send me some 40 brass, I would love to have it. You don't have to, but I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, I was picking up some brass. I pick up brass. I don't care what caliber it is. Y'all know I pick it up and sort it by hand. So I've only seen one or two of the Glock Smiles, but that was only on a 40 piece of brass. And that may have been reloaded. I would assume the unsupported chamber, and then whoever reloaded it was those rounds were kind of potent. So, but I've only seen it once, once or twice rather. But just like he said, I think every manufacturer, every caliber is gonna have its quirks and stuff like that. You just gotta watch out for certain stuff. With 9, I know when I first got into reloading, people was like, you should start with 38 or 357. I was like, I don't own a 38 or 357. So because a lot of people were saying that 9mm case is a tapered case, they was like, that's a hard case to reload. And I was like, what better way to learn? You know what I mean?
And everybody says that 9mm have the Glock bulge too, because that was the first die they came out with. The first caliber they came out with, the die 4 was 9mm. I've got 2 Glock 9mm and never seen that bulge.
Yeah.
And I shoot a lot of 9mm, not necessarily always out of the Glocks, but because I got a couple of Smith & Wessons and other things and all that. But I've never seen this bulge that the smile that everybody's talking about.
I can't say I have either, even being a newbie that's still case gauges.
I've never
round that I
been
make.
reloading 9mm for 5 years now, easy.
Kyle, I think it comes back to a topic you were talking about earlier, though, Kyle. I think it comes back to guys trying to make power factor. Because just about every time I have seen something happen, it has been at a competition where guys are trying to take 115s or 124s and run them way, way up.
Oh, you ain't taking a 9mm and making major power factor. That's not happening.
Yep.
You're gonna break some shit before that happens. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm still here. Hang on. I'm killing the camera.
Yep.
Is he going to his back porch, aka what I dubbed the bathroom?
No, the bathroom's the bathroom. The back porch is the back porch. Actually, I'm in the freezer getting ice.
We lost Jamie. I'm sure he'll come back in. He could have had battery issues or connectivity issues.
There's no telling where he's at. They're what, up in Helen or Dahlonega or something like that?
Yeah, possibly. Mr. Revolverguy, did you say something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. You busted.
Yeah, I was eating.
You darkened the screen and you went and ate.
I had to put away that piece of chicken, man. Yeah, a lot of people when they met me at this, they was like, "You a slim," and it was like, "You skinny." I was like, "Dude, this metabolism is like
chicken?
No other."
I thought y'all had pizza. Why you
chicken and pizza, man? I got a high metabolism of a college athlete, man, and my son's the same way. So I had to put that food away, and a lot of people would say that, hey, we'd love to have your metabolism. I say, dude, it's expensive to keep me fueled.
Oh yeah, I bet it is, boy. Because I tell you what, I got a teenage son at home, and my mom used to tell me about how much I ate, and I never believed it. And
you got a teenager, huh?
That guy stopped.
That man up there. That man up there. He can eat.
Ooh, man! I tell you what, man. My son, he's in the pantry at 10 minutes after 9. He's in the fridge at 15 minutes after 9. At 10 minutes after 10, he's back in the pantry again. And I go, son, the same thing that was in there an hour ago is the same thing in there now.
I'm telling you, that man at the top left of this screen, that boy can eat. I've seen him do it. He came back to the dang motel room. He had a Philly cheesesteak in one hand, a double cheeseburger in the other, a sack full of French. I'm like, where you gonna put all that? In my belly.
Hey, so you know what? I seen another picture and a video sort of Sharinda. You got a big bird recently.
Oh yeah, I went waterfowl hunting last Sunday and going again this Sunday. The
Thing was huge.
that was a goose.
Yeah, the
and
goose.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
he was huge, and some ducks.
We can't do that around here. They won't let us. We can go duck hunting, but goose are off limits.
I'm not sure if the gooses were off limit, but since we were with the game wardens and they told us to get it, you do what the game wardens.
I'd play that game too. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Do it.
Every day of the week. If
I was
hear
like, huh? How did
hear
you
it from a
get
game
it?
warden, I'm unloading.
And I know this is gonna sound pretty awful, but it was quite satisfying because the geese attack us in the parking lot at work.
All right. So, are you looking for recipes, or are you looking for people to come over and help you eat it, or what you got going on?
I'm not sure. Like, of course, I have vultures circling around my freezer now. I have some friends that are from Laos. We're gonna do probably Vietnamese duck soup or duck pho.
Oh, they can take care of that duck.
Yeah,
they will treat that baby right. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need to get some more because I forgot. I wasn't thinking because I was trying not to be greedy, so I only got a few ducks and the goose, and I didn't max out. And I was like, well, I have enough space in my my freezer's full. I don't want to just take a life just to take a life. And now I'm like, oh, I see why you get so many ducks. Breasts is only about like that big, so I gotta go get more.
Well, if I'm about to say, if your freezer's that full, just pack it in dry ice and ship it to. Let's see, number 7 is spelled MAR.
Well, I have that deer in my freezer too.
Oh.
Hell, you can send half it too. I don't care.
Half of that's already gone. So I got a few recipes. The game warden, the state of Kansas, they gave us a wild game recipe book. It's a pretty nice book, so I had quite a few recipes in it. But nice. My friends, they're hooking me up. I'm calling my Asian friends, and I was like, hey, I like y'all food, so I need y'all to give me some recipes.
The first person I would call for a duck recipe would have to be Tack from AOK Foraging and Adventures. I know she can take care of some duck.
You got his attention.
Yeah.
Mark, how'd you eat over there at Jim's?
Fat and happy.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Were you there for the filet night?
Nope. I come in Friday night.
Oh, you came in a night after.
Yep. We had tenderloins.
You had leftovers.
Oh, man. It was good. Good stuff.
I just posted a picture over on the Discord channel. So 2 weekends ago, we were out pheasant hunting. And, man, I got there was 8 pheasant, 2 chuckers, and 2 quails. And like Sharonda said, man, the quails, they are good eating, but gosh.
Yeah, you got like
Mig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like dove. Dove's good eating, but man, that's a lot of work for 2 bites.
Yeah, it really is. And of course, I'm the one that everybody just gets tickled off of because after we pluck the feathers, they're like, "Oh, I wish we had a lighter," and I'm carrying around a little pocket torch.
I used to go dove hunting with this guy, just a friend of a friend who always happened to be there when we go on dove hunts, and he would totally strip and clean the dove and just have the dove in his back, in the pouch. And he would break the breastbone with his teeth. I mean, he was all caveman on this thing, but he could do it in like 14 seconds. I was like, good Lord. He's like,
yeah, I ain't putting my teeth on no fresh kill.
I mean, everything's clean and everything's ready to go. And then we get back to my buddy's house, and his dad had already had the grill fired up because he'd hear all the gunshots. All right, let's have them. You just start lining them up. My good Lord. Yeah, that man should have been a professional dove hunter.
So look, Mr. Revolverguy, I got a question, and
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I've looked at a lot of your videos, and I don't always comment. I look at more videos than people actually recognize or think, but I always don't comment. But
Yeah.
I see that you shoot a lot of cast bullets,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
but
Yeah.
I never see any casting.
Yeah, that's because it's about timing, man. I haven't had a chance. I've got a buddy that does a lot of casting and sends me a lot of, go over to his house and he's got a lot of cast bullets here, man. Take this with you. Take this one with you.
So
And
you do cast though, right?
I don't. I do not
you
cast.
don't.
Yeah, I do not cast at all. I just haven't had the time to.
No, I understand that. I was just wondering because I see you shoot a lot of cast bullets.
A lot of cast bullets.
Some
I shoot a lot
amazing
of
stuff,
cast bullets,
but I
most
never
of
seen
them-
cast, and I was like, I wonder does he cast? So
No, I don't pass. I get a lot of cast bullets from a friend of mine, though.
that's always good to have friends like that.
Yeah,
What
yes,
all
it is.
calibers do you shoot?
Excuse me?
What all calibers do you shoot?
Which ones don't I?
Eat a lot, Kyle.
Chico, give him my contact information, if you will. I know you got his.
Yes.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You guys know that load you gave me. Actually, two people gave me the exact same load. You and JRB gave me the exact same load for my 308, and I was like, it's got to be correct because they are two different people that gave the exact same load.
I'm gonna need that recipe, Chico, because you're not working on my build right.
Is it for the 150 grains?
110.
168 grain, 43 grains of Vargit. And for me being, the first time reloader of rifle, for those shots to go where I put them, I was like, man, I should have been doing this a long time ago. I felt the same way I felt about 9mm when I first loaded. I was so, I don't want to say frightened. I was so cautious about these rifle rounds.
Yeah, because you took about 3 weeks to actually go out there, didn't you?
I was reading and I was studying and I was looking, I was verifying stuff. That's one thing anybody's watching, 46 of y'all. If you hear a recipe, everyone's grown. Use your own, do your own research about it. Don't take what I say or someone else say, and that's the correct thing to do. You know what I mean? If you guys go my videos, in the very bottom, you'll see I got a disclaimer. So don't take anything that I do or anyone else does, do your own research and stuff like that. That way everyone can be safe. And that's just like a
Chico,
PSA.
let me give you some advice. If you want to step up to 200 grain, 308 rounds, somebody just popped into the side chat you need to talk to. I got so tired of sending him bullets, I sent him the damn mold. You see him yet?
Who is it?
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Duckman.
Right here.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right there. Sorry.
And Chico, stop by the house one night if you're up this way, or I can meet you down to Varsity and we'll have lunch or something like that. And I can bring you some of them 200 grains. But if you fall in love with them like Tim did, I'll either send you a mold or you need to get a mold. I got tired of sending my lead to Missouri.
That's all right. Chico, I want to reiterate. You touched on something that hit me. I like the tech anyways, or the tech aspect of it anyways. But telling folks I tell folks to double check. Knock on wood, and been delivered many blessings. I don't never use anybody else's load, and I give them out from time to time, but it is with that disclaimer you gave.
Yeah.
Go out and do your own research. And I'll tell you why. If you ever want a scare, it is an easy way to get it. Take a Winchester case. Take a 308 case, Chico. You have 308. Take Winchester, take PMC, and take a Remington case, an RP, Remington Peters case, and put water in each one of them after you shot them in the same gun and put them on a scale. And you'll see that each one of those cases will have different case volume to it. And what that means is Winchester is going to have the most case volume. And if you put the same load from a Winchester case and a PMC case, you might run into some serious trouble. So it is always good to look at your load, double check it in the manual, and make sure that because once you get to swapping out components, that's a totally different story.
I don't give out my 308 load to anybody because it is a dangerous load. It is a compressed load with a very heavy bullet that there is no load data for. I developed this with my rifle, and this is what it likes. And you can ask Chico. It's a hard hitting, hard punching round, but it goes where you tell it to. But I do not give that load out to anybody because I don't think it will be safe in every type of brass or in every chamber of a 308. But my Weatherby loves it. It eats it like popcorn. And Chico can tell you because he was sitting there popping 1,000, and Mark can too, sitting there popping 1,000 yards with it. Yeah, nothing. But I'm not giving this load out to anybody because I don't want to get hurt, because you can pull the handle down on the press and you hear it go crunch, 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 crunch. And the first time I pulled that trigger, Chico, I was scared to death. I was like, this thing's fixing to explode in my face. And it went exactly where I told it to. I was like, what? And then I put, at 150 yards, I put 5 shots in the same hole. I'm like, okay, yep, we're good.
I constantly get people asking me all the time, "Ooh, can you make me some rounds?" And I'm like, "No, but you can come over here and crank this handle."
Yep, you can come over here and make your own.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, I'm sort of technical. A lot of people know I'm a mechanic, so I want to know why stuff works and how it works. So I mean, I've had a lot of people give me loads, and when I can verify, with load manuals I have, and I'm like, yeah, I should just try that because it's right there. 2 people told me that. I see it in 3 different load manuals. I see it on quick loads. So I'm like, I just need to do it. And it was safe. And I even think that's on the lower end. That 43 grains. That's on the very low end, and it did accurate. So I was able to build a little confidence, but still was like, you know what? I can keep working that load up to get more velocity and stuff like that. So I'll definitely tell people this because you guys know, guys and girls, we're on YouTube. They have so many stipulations and they target a lot of us, gun channels, casting, reloading. So why not give that disclaimer? Because I don't want to see anyone get hurt from watching my videos. That's why I put a disclaimer on them. And Kenny. That's on the lower end. Hey, there's the host. Look, with the mostest.
Where you at?
Right there. I'm gonna step away 1 second. I gotta check on Carter, make sure he ain't burning all the bandwidth.
Chico going to get a piece of chicken, y'all.
Hang on. Who said that? Who said they had compressed Cranky? Was that you? Compressed,
I think he was joking.
Loads.
Cranky's always commenting something to get a rile out of somebody.
I wouldn't give those out to anybody either because they're probably dangerous as shit. I mean, God, I've had 40 cal rounds that I've loaded. Well, there he goes again. I've had 40 cal rounds with tight group that have left imprints of the grips in my hand, in my skin, that weren't compressed. No, bad. That's you can't be. You got to be joking.
Oh, I'm sure he just messing around. As fast as powder tight group is.
You can't fill a 40 cal case up a tight group. Oh,
Where did Jamie go? I thought we had him for a little bit.
yeah, we did. We had him for a little bit.
He's teasing us.
He's up in God's country where rivers and trout fish and everything are flowing freely.
And don't be fooled now. Chico went to get a piece of chicken.
Or a pizza. Yeah. He probably went to go make him 5 corn dogs. Hell, who knows? Which I wouldn't blame him. I'd go for a corn dog. What's up with the corn dog, Chico?
Hey, Kyle, do you see him? He licking his lips, wiping his lips. I told you he went to get pizza or chicken.
I didn't eat that time. I got the pizza right here. I'm just waiting. I don't want to make anyone hungry. I had to check on my boy. And you know what? It was one thing that I was going to say about my 308. I took, here's what I made. The only thing that was new about my 308 cartridge was the powder and the primer. I got the cases from Mark. He gave them to me up in Dead Zeros. It was like the first. It wasn't the first 308 case because I got 500 pieces of 308 brass that I got on a deal, obviously. But when Mark gave me those cases at Dead Zero, I was like, I'm gonna load these first. So that, and then JRB sent me those 168 match Hornady bullets. He sent me a lot of bullets, but I tried that one first. So I was excited about it, and I plan to do more. I did put a brake on it, which took away a lot of that recoil. When I first shot that rifle, a lot of people was like, the recoil got you off. I said, yeah, that first shot, now that I got that first shot with factory ammo, I was like, I got to put a brake on this thing because it got some, I don't want to say push, but it does have some push. I put that brake on it, and it's a pleasure to shoot. So,
Chico, how much do you weigh?
He don't.
135 soaking wet with an extra magazine in my pocket.
He shot my 308 and it moved him back about 4 inches.
That's yeah, and that's one thing, man. I've always been a small guy. When we were at Dead Zero, they were handing me like, I don't know, Treads in the side chat. He was handing me 500 Smith & Wessons.
Oh, that 444 Marlin, that was a beast.
444 Marlin was a pleasure to shoot. That 41 Mag, I see Fuzz in the side chat. He was talking about 41 Magnum. I like that thing.
Yep.
But I'll shoot anything.
Yeah,
and I'm not afraid.
Well, the thing is, you'll shoot anything, but you'll flinch like hell the first time you pull the trigger.
Yeah, probably that happens.
Probably. I got you on video.
Jamie, you okay now, brother?
I think so.
No problem, man. We holding it down.
Where'd you go? To the lobby?
I had to. No place I can get any Wi-Fi. So,
wow.
Y'all, please forgive the background racket.
That's all right.
Just tell them we said hey.
Okay, so they're having prayer together over there, so y'all kind of be careful what comes out your mouth here for a few minutes.
Copy that, brother.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, I think Chico does need to shoot the martini.
I definitely will.
You know what'll happen, don't you? There's one thing that I noticed about Chico, and I do watch all his videos, and I'm like him. I don't comment on them all the time. But, man, that smile afterwards is contagious. I have been in here rolling. I mean, almost on the floor laughing. You see him pull that trigger, like first time on that 308, you see him pull that trigger. That smile is ear to ear, man. That is contagious.
Did you see his Dead Zero videos or anybody else's Dead Zero videos?
Oh, yeah.
Because he was shooting. He pulled the trigger on that 500 and he just turned around and goes, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you can tell when he happy too, because he do a little slight head shake before he turns and looks at the camera like.
It's something about, you know what, I'll be honest, man. So like my family, I'm like probably the only one that would publicly post a lot of my Second Amendment stuff, right? And there's a lot of reasons. And but I'm just like, I don't want to say I'm bold. I'm not afraid of nothing, but if someone could see someone like me, right? If someone could see the stuff that I do and say it's okay to post this stuff, I'm following the law, I'm doing it safely, and it may help younger shooters. It may help people that's kind of on the back burner about doing stuff. But the reason why I do it because I like people to critique me if I'm doing something wrong, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So, and like I said,
the fact that you're not scared to pull the trigger on anything that anybody puts in your hand. You never have been, as long as I've known you. 500 Smith & Wesson revolver, 444 Marlin, 7mm Magnum. It doesn't matter. Now you may flinch, but you ain't scared to pull the trigger on it.
yeah,
I got to give you a little bit of crap about that, because I'm of the opinion that the first shot you ever make out of any weapon should be the most accurate, because you don't know how bad it's going to hurt.
And I'm kind of with you there too. Like before, when I first started learning, I didn't post anything, but now I'm a little bit more open about what I post, especially since I try to make sure I focus on the recreational and the fun. Because one of the things I'm starting to notice is that when people find out that I like dealing with firearms, first question they ask is, well, what made you get into it? And then when they find out that I wasn't a domestic violence victim,
right?
It's not that I don't feel safe. I
It's
don't feel threatened at my home. They just find it so strange that I just decided, maybe I should just learn. And it's just recreational
got
for
me into it. That's what happened, America.
Yeah, and it's like, why do I have to be a victim just because I'm female and I'm black? Why do I have to be weird because I want to go learn how to hunt? Can I just enjoy some of the things that I didn't have the opportunities to when I was
George
younger?
Washington spoke to me one night in a dream. I don't know.
I was like, I don't like driving, but I still had to learn how to drive a car.
Right.
I actually like shooting guns more than I like driving still, but
who doesn't?
I'm with you on that one.
Brother MTK, I don't want to keep you off, man. Are you what have you been? Well, I know what you've been doing lately.
Besides having fun.
Have you've got anything coming up in the future that's going to be everything you do is interesting, brother, from your surplus to other stuff. Hey, turn it down.
30-06. Bringing one to Dead Zero with me. Borrowing it from a friend.
Bring it around for you.
With it. Yep. It's a Remington 700 platform. I've got some baseline loads loaded up just to see what the gun does and give it a test run. So I'm excited.
Well, if you're headed down to Georgia before then, we can do some pre-sighting for it.
Okay. I might end up getting a scope for it. I'm not sure what he's got on it. But like I said, I'm going to get 100 yards out here, maybe 300, and then take it as far as I can whenever we meet up.
What I like doing is taking a press with me down to the shooting property, screwing it to the picnic table, and just custom making loads and see what works. And
now that might happen for this load here because I can only do so many.
It's worked quite a bit of times. I've been down there and this is junk, and just have the brass tumbler cleaning everything over here, and then lay it out in the sun for a minute or put it in the oven for a minute and reload it, and there we go. And I got
lucky with the powder. I had some H4831 SC, which is the same as the long stuff, but I had it in the cabinet for about 4 years now, and finally got around that can take that load.
If you can find a load that'll burn that up, that's good. But what you need to be using is 4895.
Roger. I've yet to get that powder, but okay.
That is the powder that was engineered for that particular cartridge. Okay. And it works great.
Does anybody know of a comparable Shooter's World powder to that?
I've got the chart back in.
I bet Jamie does right off the top of his head.
Right. Yeah, I've got the chart too, so that's something I'll be playing with, like I said, the next couple months.
Oh, yeah, tread. Yeah, I got that, but I'm talking about we're reloading all kinds of stuff. I just throw everything in the tumbler and fill it up with lake water and a little bit of dish soap and go with it.
Hey, you Mark, you said Remington 700 platform. Is it built or?
Well, it was the model Remington 700.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I was just wondering if you put a different barrel on it or if you did something to it.
No, I'm sorry for that. No, he just has a Remington 700 with the Boyd stock on it, thumb hole. So it'll be fun to break it out and see what you can do.
Oh, nice.
I was wondering that myself, but I figured he'd come clean later about it. But
yeah, it didn't mean nothing other than it's a Remington 700.
That's good enough. It'll get it done.
I'm pretty excited.
let's see.
Thanks, Reloader. I'll check that out.
Oh, come on, quit. One of my 30-06s is a 1978 Winchester.
Oh, guys, I'll be right back. I got the job calling me.
Yes, sir.
Tell them we said hey. Yeah, I'm going to bring a lot more firepower this year to Dead Zero because I've got a lot of guns that are really fun to shoot.
We'll have to check on that for you. Well, even though I know you have that chart, we'll still find out which one is comparable or similar.
Talk it up, yeah. Gonna love it. And then, of course, that Mauser.
What are we looking for, guys? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
He's looking for what are you looking for? A comparable Shooter's World to 4198, right?
Yep. 48.95.
Oh, 48.95. I'm sorry.
Yep.
It might be that heavy rifle.
I know Shooter's World makes a version of 4350.
Yep. And Kenny said 208 grain bullet with that 4350. Shooter's World is a good recipe. Starting out. ELD bullet. Okay.
I've used Shooter's World 4350 and 270. It works pretty good. So if it'll do 270, it'll do 30-06.
Oh yeah, it'll work. We just got to play with it and get it right.
And I've got the
just get you loaded out.
Nosler 180s is what I'm going to start out with, and I got some 150s.
Oh well, here.
So I need another.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for showing up.
Nice.
If y'all
That'll make a fine hunting round.
Hey, Mark, what's that hanging on your wall back there? Yeah, right. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, you're way.
But you can see some shotgun shells, can't you?
Yeah.
The brand. Yeah, it's a belt, 12 gauge bandolier. Yeah.
Cool.
And right above it's the family brand down in New Mexico.
Is that what Cranky was wearing at Uncle Jim's?
No, not that one.
Okay.
He was wearing a different one. He had the Martini bandolier on him.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Looked like it was choking him.
He walked around that thing on. It was awesome. Oh, like a bunch of kids on Christmas. That's all we were.
Cranky, buy you a 8-pound jug.
I will ask them tomorrow, Cranky. I may not get a reply back until maybe Monday or Tuesday.
And just a note to everybody, if you don't know Elster's Rifles and Reloading, please go check his channel out. I was addicted to him. Then he went through a battle with cancer, and he didn't post anything for a while. And now he's back and better than ever, and I'm glad to see you, brother.
Good.
Yeah, he's a good dude, makes good content. He said he's getting ready to go to SHOT Show, so hopefully you'll run into Eagle Eye down there. You guys can get some photos, a little video together or something like that.
And Elsters, if you see Kenny, smack him in the head and tell him that's from Kyle. He'll know what you mean.
Yeah, everyone knows our community is very diverse. Is the age range is all the way up, all the way down probably to 18. No, I mean to 21, all the way up to 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever. So it's good to have people here of so many different, ages and demographics.
I'm glad to see Elsters in here on our Friday night mess around. That's great. Good to see you, brother. I'm proud that you're here, and I'm glad everything's going okay. And I'm loving that you're putting out videos again. They're awesome.
Reloader 19. Okay, I got some Reloader 15. Okay, I got some choices to make here, so some stuff to work up.
Somebody throwing some good info out there.
Oh yeah, we got it coming in.
Very cool, very cool.
Yep.
Right on. Can I say something right quick? It's kind of I'm buffering bad. I know, and I apologize, but it's loud in here. Elsters, don't pay no attention to Kyle. Don't be slapping on Kenny because he's a lot bigger than he looks on his videos. I'm just saying.
Oh, he can take care of himself. I've seen him do it. I think that would
Kenny's
be
a good friend.
That'd be an amazing meetup right there. I hope it happens. That'd be great. Where'd you get in the water? Did you fall in the pool again?
Thanks, brother. I just try. You know what? I try to put out stuff that's interesting, and through all the help that all these guys on the panel in the side chat that help me out, I try to just reciprocate the same thing and help new people out. I always tell people, you get a package from me, it's Cranky's fault. Seriously, Cranky. Look, when I first got into reloading,
it's Tin Man's fault.
I was buying bullets, right? I didn't care, whether I was gonna buy a jacket or cast. And I was like, maybe I want a cast. And Kyle and Jamie got me a lot of bullets. And then I started, thinking about, man, where are you guys getting lead from? And when they told me, like, the light went off. It was like, oh, tire shops. I'm like, I've been in the automotive industry for the last 20 years. It never crossed my mind.
Speaking of lead, did you really melt that duck down?
What's that?
That little pewter duck that you had.
I'm sure he did.
Did you see a pewter duck I have?
Yeah, did you? Was that a duck?
Don't try to get out of it.
Y'all are gonna have to wait. That pewter duck may show up at somebody's house.
Did you say have or had?
I don't know. I can't confirm nor deny.
I was like, no, you're not melting that, are you?
Every
piece
of pewter gets melted.
we sitting here cutting up with everybody and having a good old time. That's what Friday night's about. And I've got a dog over here.
Thanks, Elster, brother. I definitely try, man. I wouldn't know a lot of this stuff without somebody, helping me out or saying, hey, do this and do that, or try this and try that. So I blame a lot of these guys.
Hey, Chico, we all have something to learn and we all have something to share, brother.
Definitely, yeah.
But this is why we do this. We enjoy the crap out of it. It winds down the weekend, helps us all sleep better at night, and I'm just privileged to be in it, and I don't take that lightly.
And that's why we say, man, if you ever get a chance to meet anybody who you interact with on YouTube, whether they content creators or not, do it, because you're gonna find that most people are exactly how they portray themselves on here.
Corinda's got to save the pewter duck fund going. Save the ducky.
Save the ducky.
Cranky, I'm resending that email.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Jamie, are you? I think Jamie, they still got loud over there with him. But yeah, to touch.
I'm here.
Okay, I want to touch just in case somebody else jumped in. We have not forgot about that Zero Shooting Parker. We are waiting on Justin, the owner, to get back with us. Emails and phone calls have been made, and he will get back. But they are I don't want to say they're upcoming. They're in business. They host a lot of the shooting matches, so he will get in contact with our contact, which is Scott Insight Freedom and the Crazy Scotsman. So as soon as we get that information, I understand the time constraints of that. People want to, give their employer as much notice as possible. Mine too. So as soon as we get those dates, we will let you guys know. Like I said, be looking for videos. You guys know I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and all the other, Gun Streamer, the Reloaders Network. But I would definitely be posting on the main three, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
You're on YouTube? You're not on YouTube.
Yes, I am. Look, and Georgia boy, we need to check that out, brother. He said he found an 800-yard range near him.
What?
That ain't far.
That ain't far. I gotta go to Georgia. I gotta stretch out the the Predator.
Yep. Yes, you do.
Hey,
and
Tim,
if I can say something about the meetup, then if we have to slip back into May a little bit, I don't think that's going to be the end of the world. It'll still be it'll be cooler in May than it's going to be in August. I'll put it that way, but May will be okay. And, you just save up your vacation. And another thing, if we have to go during the week and make it some weekdays instead of the whole weekend kind of thing. If y'all remember correctly, that Friday when we were up there, it was not crowded at all. So, if we can do a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm not opposed to doing 3 days this time. I'll take whatever they want to give us, but yeah, Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday would work pretty well for me. But it's really gets crowded on Saturday. If y'all want to do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm down for that.
I agree. I agree with you.
Can work out. And,
I agree with you, man.
yes.
Now I got 3 weeks of vacation all of a sudden. So, yep, let's burn some of it. Would you quit? I'm on the phone.
I'll fix it for you.
Bullets. Them ain't from 10 man, are they? Say be careful. Oh yeah.
What you got there, Mr. Revolver? That's I would say 357. That might be 44. Arsenal mode.
40
caliber.
188 grain. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, somebody from the Reloaders Network sent those to me. Etho, I guess that's how you pronounce it, guys. It's EWETHO. He loves 10 millimeter also, and said, "Hey man, I want to send you some of my 200 grain. You mind putting them across the chronograph for me and tell me what you think about them?" I'm gonna put them across the chronograph, and for the first time, I'm gonna take them and dump them into some ballistics gel as well, and see how cast bullets hold up in ballistics gel and 40 cal.
Nice. Chico, you still haven't sent me his contact information.
I definitely will whenever we when we get out here, or before I do. You know what? That ballistics gel, you're still working on the same block you've always had, ain't you?
Yeah, the same 2 blocks I've always had. It's getting cloudy now because I've melted it and remolded it. I don't know, Chico, maybe about 7 or 8 times now. So it's not as clear as it used to be, but still calibrates the same.
That's cool.
Yep.
Chico, you want to do your thing again?
Let me see. Let me open up my other screen. I can.
We got some new people out there.
Let's see. Participants lists. Yeah, I was thinking about some that clear ballistic gel. I've heard it's very useful. I definitely want to stay away from the DIY one because a lot of people's like just buy the the mainstream one. So
you could DIY it. I mean, I've done that too before, but Chico, it's a little bit of a mess. Meaning, I had the clear ballistics gel is not temperature sensitive, so it don't matter how hot it is, it don't matter how cold it is. It pretty much calibrates the same every single time.
The homemade stuff is.
There you go, Kyle.
The homemade stuff's wicked.
Yeah, the homemade stuff, you got to keep it like chilled, and you put a few rounds through it and then throw it back in the cooler on ice to keep it from melting on you, and that not necessarily melting on you, but it'll run a little bit. So for me, it was hard to deal with. I never could quite get it right, and it's like, nah,
it'll get all greasy and you can't hold it to put it back on the table.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, I'll have to try that. So look, this is what I got so far. I just did a refresh. I've got Duckville, Missouri, Uncle Jim, Jesse B Outdoors, Eagle Eye Shooting, Cranky Cletus, the Crazy Scotsman, the guy that comments, Jerry 1911, Gun Loving Grandpa. I'm sorry, I didn't see you step in. Thanks for joining us. Cranky Cletus, James Pollard, Hidden Steel CA. We got Tread is out there. We have a guy that comments again. Vanessa Kitty's out there. Andy 79Z28. Lakeview Outdoors. Jerry 1911. Lever Gun 50. Tread again. Georgia Boy 44. Reloader 762. Who else do we have? A lot of y'all out there. Y'all join me. This has been a good turnout, I think. We got Elster's Rifles and Reloading. Thanks for joining us, brother. And enjoy SHOT Show. Appalachian Reloader. What else we got out there? I'm working my way down, guys and girls. Some just comment more than others, so that's why it's a pile. We got 10 mans out there with rechargeables.
Preacher's Day Off.
Preacher's Day Off. Welcome, brother. Thanks for joining us. We got I seen Jerry's Wood Shopping Outdoors. Hey, brother. Y'all check out Jerry's channel too. He's a good dude. 6-shooter Texan. And it's more of y'all, but that was on my last refresh. It only went so far. So thanks for joining us for another Friday night Georgia Shooting Connection. I'm still rookiness on this, so I don't think I did too bad, but but yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. I appreciate it, brother. I'm trying. I'm using all these management features. I can do a lot of stuff with this management feature, man.
Just one suggestion, if I may, Chico.
Yes, sir.
More cowbell.
More cowbell?
Yeah.
More cowbell.
Just pretend I got a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell.
Gotcha.
I don't think Chico gets it, but
that's a rock and roll reference for all y'all younger people.
Yeah, it's been displayed in a few Saturday Night Live skits as well too.
There you go.
Oh. God. Oh. I've got a German Shepherd that weighs over 100 pounds now. He's showing it.
Jeremy Gunslinger, thanks for joining us, bro.
You want to come say hey? Come say hey. Come here.
Give a plug out there to
Did Jamie say something?
He's trying to.
He lost signal.
Oh yeah, he's deep in the land. So let's see. I think Cranky's talking about he's getting a new 550. I thought he was getting a 750. Let's see what we at. We 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes. Does let's see. Eagle Eye shooters, yes. He says some folks drank off lead pipes in the 30s and 60s. Look at Fuzz. He's still here. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Where is that? Hold on. Look at what I got. Look at what I got. Look what showed up. Nope, I ain't gonna show you. That's okay.
I see it.
Y'all don't look too excited.
Oh no.
Y'all don't look too. Wait a minute. Oh no.
Quit teasing us.
Oh, I know what that is.
Everyone should know what that
I
is.
recognize that.
Do you?
I do. And when I grow up, I want to get me one.
I want to get me one when I'm an adult too.
That's the other thing. I'm doing a in-depth review, and now all that's left to be done, I actually charged it fully and then turned it on and put the timer on it to see how long the battery would last. We got really good news on battery life. Really, really good news on battery life. I actually put it on my front porch, aiming out at the street, and then I walked down the street to see how far it'll go. And I did not look at Uncle Jim say shoot it. With my luck, that might happen.
No, bad, no.
But it went all the way down the street. I would expect to get about 400 yards out of this thing from the signal strength I was seeing. I'm ready to get it out on the range.
I think that's gonna be an awesome. That's gonna be awesome because you guys got to think about the beauty of this thing is if you shoot it, it ain't that bad. It's bad if you shoot it, but you ain't out of a lot.
Man, let me tell you. I don't know if you guys saw my video where I love 300 Blackout as well. Don't hate me for that one, but it's because of the ease to reload 300 Blackout. And I did a video, and man, I shot my GoPro, and boy, I tell you what, I think it was the worst day. I don't have a bad day out on the range usually, no matter what happened. But boy, you shoot a $400 or $500 GoPro, it might change your mind real quick. Yeah. And this thing, man, I tell you, it is. I mean, just the way it is set up right now. I went all the way down the street and still had a full 4 bars of wireless connection. And for those that don't know, it is from Kenny. It is from Mr. Eagle Eye himself. And you can see that it's fully charged. But I'm going to give the full review and video, and you'll see it over on dayattherange.com, where I give a little bit more details. And I let the thing, to tell you how long the battery life is, I'll give you a little bit of that. But I turned it on one night I fully charged it, turned it on one night about 8 o'clock and said, you know what, I'm going to leave it all night and see what happens, see if it'll last through the night. And 6 o'clock the next morning, it was still charged and my phone could still connect to it.
Nice. Yeah, and don't forget, guys and girls, very soon you will be able to get those right here.
Hey Kenny, if you would like to put up, shh, I'm talking. If you want to give out another sample, me, Jamie, and Chico could wear one of those things out for you. We could all go down to the shooting property that's 600 acres down south of here. If we could drag Jamie away long enough.
Yeah, no problem, John. Very soon, you guys and girls, these will be on his site soon. If you not familiar with DP Gunworks, y'all check it out, and also Wix. Eagle Eye Shooting also
we don't need your input.
Chico, what's Wix?
Wix is the app so that you can get on the blog over there on DP Gunworks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Y'all see Uncle Jim's comment? Isn't he the main one that's always complaining about getting mail?
He's always complaining about something. You gotta love Uncle Jim.
And he still hasn't found anything that rhymes with Chico, right?
Nothing rhymes with Chico. Son of a. That was a great video.
It was. I think I probably woke Chico up with a text at hour by hour saying, sorry, this is inappropriate hours, but you got to go to Uncle Jim's site.
I'm telling you what, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and started watching that video, and I was all like, nothing rhymes with Chico.
Yeah, I was thinking that the rest of the day, too.
I was getting down on the back porch while she was taking a pee, you know. Ain't that right? No.
Yeah, that's awesome. Says you want. Yeah, so y'all check that out. And you know what? Whenever this ends, if anyone was to watch this later, I'm gonna put everyone's channel up here. It'll be in the, I want to say we call it the show notes, so it'll be in the description box. So if you guys want to follow Mr. Revolverguy Day at the Range, I'm gonna put his channel link down there, and I'll put nephew Mark right there. And in JH586, I'll put his Pinkshears Surrender, and we're even gonna put Kyle up there too.
Oh, mine's is pathetic. I have so much stuff I have to upload on there, but every time I get ready to sit down, somebody's like, "Hey, you want to go on a hunt?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Just you know what?
You got your priorities right. You got your priorities right.
You'll compile footage on footage on footage, and one day you will have cut scenes from, just video. I do that a lot. I've got, you know what? I found some lost files from Dead Zero. Seriously, I got something that was not uploaded. So, I do plan on. I'll tell you what I plan on doing. No, this weekend it's supposed to be cold and rainy, so I may not be able to do it. But I'm a perfectionist, so to speak. I've got a hollow point mode that's been kicking my butt.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that one.
I've been running it hot and slowing it down and changing my lead alloy, but I think more than anything, my mode needs to be more seasoned. So I've just been running it, trying to build up the oxidation on it. But I've got a lot of information from Taco that me and him been talking back and forth, and he told me how to control all that stuff. So hopefully I'll have some hollow points that will go down in the Dirty Rossi soon.
Yeah,
3 more on Saturday or Sunday morning.
Come again?
Are you free more on Saturday or Sunday morning? In the morning or Sunday morning or whenever? When are you free this weekend?
Oh, yeah, probably not this weekend at all.
Oh, okay.
I promised my boy I got to take him to the movies and stuff like that.
Oh, I hear you.
No, Cranky, it's not an M&P mode. M&P mode. No, it's an NOE mode.
I was gonna say we can do a private StreamYard. I'll initiate it, whatever, it doesn't matter. But because I've got to cast some hollow points for a certain person that left a certain person's house and bought a certain rifle. And I'm going to send him a bunch of certain bullets.
Cool,
your code speak is horrible.
Oh, yeah, well, it's terrible. He knows who I'm talking about now. If he doesn't, he's a moron.
Oh, yeah, Andy, I'm sorry to hear that. This one thing I noticed with NOE modes my first mode was a Lee mode. NOE modes, the first thing I noticed I had to run them hot. And my only rifle NOE mode is a 308 that I just sent. I sent 10 Man some of those bullets. I think Jamie had some and Kyle had some. And I noticed I got to get that thing hot, just like John's hand loading just said. They have to be ran hot. So every mode is gonna have its preferences. Yeah, you know what? I like my steel modes. I've got 3 steel modes, and I love them. The only thing about them, they're 2 cavity, but they produce some pretty bullets.
I saw where Uncle Jim fell in love with that Arsenal mold that Cranky sent him. He actually put the mold handles on it backwards and continued to run it. It was humorous. It was humorous. And he was like, even though it's backwards, I don't want to stop and move the handles around. It's working too good.
Thank you, Cranky. I definitely will, brother. I keep it hot. Let's see. Well, look, guys and girls in the side chat, we're almost there. But look, this is Georgia Shooting Connection, and we don't want to go over time. I don't want to go over time. So look, I will. Let's see who wants to start off. Jamie, you want to start off? If you got any connection, probably not.
I think
I will. Look,
okay.
Yes, definitely. Go ahead, brother.
I want to say thanks again to Mr. Revolverguy, Saranda, and nephew Mark up there. This is a very special weekend for us, especially of us in the South. And this Dr. King's weekend, we take a day off of work and remember the sacrifices that he's made for the good of our lives. And I have a lot of respect for the man. I try to remember that it's not just another holiday. Like so many of our holidays, we need to take the time to remember what we're off of work for. It's not just a day to go eat barbecue or go to the movies or whatever. And eventually, Kyle's not going to be asking questions to Chico like which day or which morning are you more free, on Saturday or Sunday. If y'all weren't such heathens, both of you be in church on Sunday morning where you belong. And on top of that,
Mark, I see you hiding up there.
Mark hiding his face because his conscience is getting to him. That's conviction of the Holy Spirit, brother. We're going to work on that. I had a package waiting on me when I got home from work Thursday. I want to say thanks to the Scotsman. Thanks to everybody for coming in and listening and joining in the conversation. And I missed y'all, and we're glad to get home. I love these trips, but I love to get home just like all y'all do. And y'all take time Monday when those of us who are off of work and take time to remember what the day really means. And God bless all of you. And I'll be putting some videos out soon. So thanks, Chico, for taking over tonight. And
my pleasure, brother. No problem.
We'll be in touch.
God bless you, sir.
All right, good night, Jamie, from another heathen that should be at church on Sunday. Not going.
Hey, Ty, what you got?
But you ain't got no excuse around this. Your mama taught you better.
Well, this Sunday I gotta go get some more duck. And then the Chiefs play.
They do.
Oh, God.
What you got, Kyle?
You need to be watching the Chiefs because it's going to be their last game of the year. Just saying.
Oh, the
Tennessee.
See, look, that was the Lord himself that just worked on me right now.
Oh.
Oh, Chico, I started a GoFundMe page to save the pewter duck.
Okay.
I posted the link in the private chat.
Okay. Very cool.
And I tagged you on it at Facebook. That duck's probably already melted.
Could be.
All right, who's the next contestant?
That's you, Kyle. Go ahead. What you got coming up, brother?
All right. Well, first of all, Jamie, me and the good Lord, we came to peace in 1999. He knows where I'm at. I know where he's at. Of course, he just left. I don't have any problem about where I'm at, and I know he doesn't have any problem about where he's at because he's already there.
Jamie's back.
I really want to appreciate Sharinda, Mark, and Revolverguy coming by. It's been fun tonight. It really has. I'm firing up the casting pot, and I'm trying to keep this secret, but I don't know that I can because he's still there. Go away.
Go away, Jamie.
No, it's not Jamie. Oh, he's back. I'm going to cast up a bunch of 44 cal hollow points for somebody that decided to make a purchase on their way back from Utah, and somebody is going to know exactly who they are. So I'm thinking Sunday morning, it's going to be cold. That'd be the best time to be gathered around a hot pot of lead. So what are you doing? I'm sorry. I have a 100-pound dog going underneath my chair, and she doesn't do it eloquently.
Oh, is that what we're calling the toilet now?
Go away. Back up. Go over there. Over there. But yeah, and I'll probably do a video of it. I'm
should
cast up some 44 hollow points, and I've got a bunch of powder coating and a bunch of everything to do for everything that I have to. Why'd you She's taking a piece of snot blown toilet paper out to the back porch and ripping it up. That's what she does. Okay. But other than that, I'm trying to get back into the survival Sundays and trying to come up with something to do on Sunday. And apparently Saturday will be a good day to think about it because it's going to be raining all day. So it might be starting a fire in the rain. Who knows?
Cool, brother.
That's where I'm at. I sell parts to the American working man because that's who I am and that's who I care about. Oh, never mind. Sorry, wrong movie. I'm going to hand it over to Mark and let him decide where it goes.
All right. Thanks for having me on tonight, guys. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys. I'm glad to meet you, Mr. Revolverguy. And it's been great hanging out with all of you. I guess what I've got coming up, Tim gave me a bunch of 45 slugs and some brass. So I'm going to go ahead and load up some of that for Dead Zero and work on a 30-06 and 8mm Mauser. So we'll just see where it takes us and get through these next couple months. So at least I don't have to watch a rerun this weekend. I actually was on the chat. All right, guys. Thanks for having me. Good to see everybody.
Good night, Mark.
Thanks for joining us, brother. Definitely appreciate it.
Yes.
Because I know you're normally at work on Fridays, right?
That's what I meant by rerun. I got to watch it on the way in, so that's fine.
I appreciate you texting me that. I was like, yeah, brother, you got to get on. Thanks. I definitely appreciate it, bro.
Nice. Love it.
So, Sharinda, you said you got a hunt coming up?
Yeah, I need to go get some more duck. I don't have enough meat.
Go get it. Do some video. You got to get a.
I do got to get one because I'm so into the moment. I'm like, I don't have any pictures because I was shooting.
Yeah, if you just get that camera, it works, man. Mig, thank you, brother. If you left, he got me that camera, and I'm putting that thing on my son doing videos, and I'm putting
Which
it
camera
on.
was it?
it's just an action camera. I'll send you a link to it.
Okay.
It ain't it's like a GoPro, but it fits the bill well. You know, I think I'm gonna buy one just for my son. So, but definitely. So that's all you got coming. You want to tell, even though we only got like 3 ladies out there, people how to find you on those other platforms?
Oh, on Instagram, I'm actually on there as Pinkshears, one word. Facebook, we have the Facebook group Women Reload 2, TOO with an exclamation mark. Then you can always friend me on Facebook. I'm actually under my government name, Sharinda Burts, BIRTS, not ERIR.
And guys, you cannot join that Women Reload 2 Facebook group. Trust me, I tried. I was looking for all the single women over there, and they wouldn't.
Yeah, my D-nod finger is strong.
Yeah. Thanks, Sharon. I appreciate you joining us.
I always have fun with you guys. Thanks for having me on again.
No problem. And then our guest, Mr. Revolverguy, man, would you like to tell everyone how to get in contact with you and how to? I posted your link, but I'm gonna post it again.
Yeah, absolutely. First, before we do that, I think most importantly to me is the Reloaders Network and the people that make it the Reloaders Network. I tell you guys again, and also ladies, it's just a great bunch of people. It really is a great bunch of people. I thought, leaving the Marine Corps, it would be hard to find camaraderie like brothers that you live with day in and day out and go to battle with day in and day out. And you folks are of equal to that. So thank you for having me tonight. And thank you for the camaraderie and the friendship that you guys offer. Yeah, you can hit me over on Day at the Range on YouTube. I do try to reply to all the comments where I'm asked a direct question. And then I have dayattherange.com. You leave a comment over there, you will actually it will actually send me an email, and I try to reply to all the comments over there. I would probably say I'm about 99% because I do get the emails, like I said, sent directly to me, and then I go out there and try to reply to them. But appreciate you guys having me tonight. Appreciate Reloaders Network and just the camaraderie. Really, thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you, brother. I appreciate
Thank you.
saying that.
Yes, sir. Thanks for joining us. You always gonna have a link. I'm sure Jamie would agree. You always got a link if you ever got time. Because sometimes our shows we're lacking members. Sometimes guests. But if and a lot of people ask me that. I know if Elsters, I think he was wanting a link, but our panel was full. I know Jamie was coming in and going out. So don't think I was ignoring you guys. Since StreamYard has been our go-to, 6 is the max that we're available to have. But anytime, yeah, Mr. Revolverguy, I definitely appreciate you joining us, man. And I like everything you do.
Great to talk to you, sir.
Yes, sir. And I know we could have went, and I was gonna ask you, but I still ask you, what is your most favorite revolver? That's what I forgot to ask.
My most favorite revolver will be a Smith & Wesson 625 and 45 Colt. I think I have a video of it on my website, and that's because it has it means a little something to me, and that a good friend, believe it or not, like a brother to me, where most of the stuff that I do reviews on either come from guys at the club, guys or ladies at the club. And also I have a really good friend of mine who has been a collector in some way, form, or fashion for probably going on 30 years now. And
I got a little something for you.
Yeah, he gave me a Smith & Wesson 625. What I didn't know about it, Chico, was he told me, he said, now I'm gonna give you this, but you need to go and have a letter done on it. And so what that means is you can go to the Smith & Wesson Historian Foundation, send them a picture, send them the serial number, and they will tell you every shop that it's been in, not the people who's had it, but how many times it's been sold and all that kind of stuff, and kind of give you the history of it. And I found out, he knew it, but I didn't. But I found out that there was only 210 of those ever made by Smith & Wesson.
Wow.
So it means a little something to me. Yeah, and
awesome.
he flat out gave it to me. I tried to give him some money for it. He wouldn't take it.
That is awesome.
Yep.
I got something for you. Now you do reload, right?
Yes, you come on now.
I got something for you that I think you're gonna like.
All right.
Just wait until we go off air, Cal. Yeah, that's it, guys. We went over by like 9 minutes, and I definitely appreciate everyone joining us in the side chatting in the panel. I want to say thank you to MCK, Pinkshears, and Mr. Revolverguy for joining us. Hey, y'all don't forget the Scotsman and Tread has posted. Y'all don't forget about the Mr. Holster on GoFundMe. I will post that link in the show description also too. So thanks for joining us, everyone. We definitely appreciate it. And that is it. That is it. She said save the duck. I don't know nothing about the duck.
Hey, one more thing. Pay attention to what's going on out there, guys. They're picking on us. We don't want them to, but they're doing it. So keep an eye on it out there and do what we can when we can.
And I'll tell you, I really don't have much, but this weekend is, like Jamie says, a special day. So it'll be my son's first time. We're going to the King Center. So that is it. Thanks for joining us, guys. Everyone have a great Friday night and a safe weekend. We definitely appreciate it. And we will see y'all next week on somebody's channel. It may be mine. It may be Jamie's. Y'all have a good night. Everyone say bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Night, dear boy.
Yeah.